Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Goa Ahead. And the issue we are discussing this week is about the Congress party and its recent appointments of PCC president and leader of opposition. Amit Patkar has been appointed as the president of the Pradesh Congress Committee. He joined Congress party just 6 to 7 months back. Michael Lobo has been appointed as the leader of opposition. He joined the Congress party just 1 month before the election. This so-called generational shift that Congress claims to be, whether this generational shift can change the electoral fortunes of the Congress party in Goa. That's the topic we are discussing this week. I have three eminent panelists with me. First, I have former congressman and political analyst now, Advocate Yatish Naik. Yatish, welcome. Next, I have lawyer and political analyst, Advocate Radharao Gracious. Radharao, welcome. Third, I have senior leader of the Congress party, present MLA from Nuve constituency, Alex Siqueira. Alex, welcome. Radharao, I'll start with you. When you look at these changes and the so-called changes that Congress is claiming that it has done with Michael Lobo as the leader of opposition and Amit Patkar as the PCC president, do you see some visible shift, or do you think this is a no-option scenario and they are trying to do best out of the situation?
No, obviously there is a change and there is a shift, no dispute on that count. Now, whether it is for the better or for worse, time will tell. Now, see, usually we used to see that the Congress was headed here by loyalists of the Nehru Gandhi family, whether Girish Chodankar, Louisine Falero, or some other sycophants. At least that much is no longer the case. Now, Amit Patkar is someone I do not know neither, because he has not been very active here. But at least it's a change. And it's good that the Congress has a president from the remoter areas rather than from the normal Salset or Mormugang or Vasco or Ilyich. So at least Congress has gone into area where it is not that strong. And again, now leader of opposition, in fact, as I had said in one of my Facebook posts also, that if it is a matter of practicalities and pragmatism, it would be Michael Lobo. Now, on his capabilities to be a leader of opposition in the assembly, as of now, I will say nothing. But he has been quite voluble in the past. But you can't dispute the fact that he has given the Congress strength in a taluka where it had nothing but this. He's the only leader who came into the Congress and he brought substantial benefits to the Congress. They won 4 seats in. And I think he deserved to be rewarded with this post. I see no difficulty there. And I don't see even why, for instance, Digambar Kamat, he could have insisted on a leader of opposition. He's been there long enough. Under his leadership, if the Congress were to win power or come into very close to power, I think he would have been an automatic choice. He has to take responsibility, substantial responsibility as to why the Congress has not been able to win, because he has been the senior leader under which the Congress went to elections. So it is good to keep him out, because the Congress has realized that putting all the weight behind senior leaders may not necessarily be effective.
Yatish, how are you looking at both these elections? Because Michael Lobo joined Congress party just a month before election, Amit Patkar probably 4 to 5 months before election, and suddenly they are elevated to the post of PCC president as well as leader of opposition. How are you looking at this?
No, I always felt that a PCC president is a person who is generally ingrained in the systems of the party functioning. I know Mr. Patkar very socially. I have met him once or twice, but I cannot say much about it. But one thing I can tell you, you use the word generational shift and things like that. Please understand, these are concepts which got first propounded when Rajiv Gandhi became the Prime Minister of this country after the assassination of his mother, who was a sitting Prime Minister. He got with him a whole new set of people like Arun Nehru and Manishankar Iyer and Mrs. Alva and Sheila Dikshit and the younger people. And then it looked like a young Turks, as they called. And the generational shift happened because of the age. He was just 40 years. But now that Congress has been using this for far too long now, that there is seniors versus juniors and juniors versus seniors. See, it is not a football. Politics is not a football. I look at politics. I am also a young man. But I always looked at politics, and I continue to look at politics, where it has to be a blend of experience and young energy, of seniors and not so experienced, and it has to work hand in hand. But when your leader itself of that party, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, he himself talks of this, that young juniors, and sort of wages a war against the seniors in the party. I do not understand that concept, because according to me and according to the right thinking people of this country, I feel that politics is not a football match. You need seniors, juniors, experience. So what Congress has been doing of late, or of late in the sense for quite some time now, is that they have ignited a war or waged a war within itself between the seniors and the juniors. Perhaps it was meant to sort of make a way and negotiate a way for the presidentship to go to a particular person. So, but that I think is costing them very dearly, and that has not happened quite smoothly, and it is not looking to be very smooth in the future also.
Alesh Bab, a senior member of the Congress party, senior leader, and a MLA like you, how are you looking at these appointments?
I think it's a good move. Time will speak, as my friend Advocate Radharao has just said. They've just been appointed, and I think in all fairness we should give them a little time to perform and a little time to show us their ability and capability. So I think the intentions are good. Let's wait and watch.
What about the point, sir, that I mentioned, that they are new entrants in the party, not even a year old, and they have been elevated to these posts. What is the thought process behind this?
I can't answer you for the All India Congress Committee. But personally, I agree with you to some extent. But as I said, let's give them some time. Let them prove their ability, and then let us talk.
Radha Bab?
On this issue, no, I think, you see, as my friend Yatish was saying, Rahul Gandhi has been talking of youth. The whole trouble is, Rahul Gandhi is getting old merely talking about the youth. It isn't time merely to talk. You have to do something about it. Now, as far as these two are concerned, that is the leader of the opposition and Amit Patkar, I think it's a very good decision. You see, the Congress must have realized that most congressmen, those who are marinated in whatever exists of Congress ideology, aren't good enough. And I also feel bringing in entirely new men who may not have all the negatives which have developed in the Congress over the years, they may visualize the party in a new context. And I think to that extent, it is very good that it has gone to new people who can usher in something new. That is the way I would look at it. Because I have seen the Congress, all same old fellows are being circulated over the years as secretary, general secretary. That has been given the go-by. To that extent, I think it's a good decision.
But do you think, Radha Bab, that this shift that we are talking about will bring some fundamental changes as far as the outlook of the Congress is concerned? Because the moment these appointments were made, we have been told a senior leader like Digambar Kamath is upset. He has been talking to his supporters very openly about it. Whether he would quit the party or not is another question. But there is a last section within the party which is questioning these appointments. Do you think with such kind of news coming out time and again, Congress is good enough to hold its credibility?
See what happens, being upset whenever there is likely to be allotment of tickets or posts, someone is bound to be upset. So if Digambar is upset, I am pretty certain he will not leave because he is upset. He will only leave if he gets a better deal from the BJP. Take my word for it. So no question of being upset and going because you are upset. No one leaves because you are upset. So if he does get a better deal from the BJP, he will definitely leave upset or no upset. That is the way I would look at it. Now, as far as what was your next?
No, the next question is whether this shift will bring some fundamental changes.
Now, this whole problem is, you see, normally if a patient goes to a hospital with a heart problem, you have to attend the heart. But here what the Congress is doing, it has a heart problem, but it is attending the kidneys. See, the problem of the Congress lies in Delhi. You see, the Congress needs wholesale changes in the party's central working, whether it's a leadership or Congress working committee. So by just changing here in Goa a few leaders, I don't expect anything. The direction has to come from Delhi.
Yatish, you agree with that? That although they are trying to make these state level unit changes, the problem lies somewhere else.
Dr. Radharao could not be more precise and
creative about it.
creative about it. I completely subscribe to it. That it is a very, very sorry state of affairs, and Delhi is not in sync with the history of the party when it comes to their own functioning. So I really am at loss of words, and what is happening there, the whole country is viewing. Now even the liberal academia, they are writing about it. You see who's who from the academic circuits who have written about it and who have said in no uncertain terms that what is happening there is chaos.
Alesh Bab, how are you looking at this argument that the problem lies somewhere else and you are trying to fix it somewhere else? Do you agree with that?
Yes and no. Why do I say yes? Because I think the fact remains that even the people in Delhi recognize the fact that something has to be done somewhere. I believe they started with the 5 states, and as is known, we are going in for elections in August. Having to undo the whole setup in Delhi for just 3-4 months doesn't seem to make sense. So once and for all in August, I'm sure everything will be done, settled, and issues that we are referring to today would be question of the past.
Radha Babu, you agree with that? In August, suddenly everything will change in Congress? There will be a defining shift in the outlook and the perspective. Do you agree with that? Or we will see another chapter, another saga of the same old let the Gandhis be at the helm episode?
No, I do not know, but I hope the Congress does change. You see, finally we need a strong opposition to the BJP. And that can, as of now, can come only from one of 2 ways. Either the Congress completely disappears and a new force comes in the vacancy created, or the Congress rejuvenates itself, strengthens itself, and emerges as a force to challenge the BJP in 2024. Now, whether that will happen, I really do not know. But I do hope that the family which controls the Congress realizes that the party members, whoever they are, must have the free hand to decide, and that elections will not be merely a whitewash. Yes, if that happens, I think that all of us will welcome. Even someone like me, who has generally been opposed to the Congress, I wouldn't mind campaigning for the Congress for the next parliamentary elections. If the Congress does come out with a strong force and shows that it can seriously and oppose to the BJP. And I'm sure many others who are not congressmen will come out. I did support the Congress last time Parliament because I have my vehement objections to the way the BJP is taking the country forward. So it is for the Congress now to show us that yes, we have taken cognizance of what is wrong and we are in a position we are offering a stronger alternative Congress. If that happens, I don't see why we should not support it.
Do you think rather almost 8 years is a good enough time to understand these realities and make those changes, and we haven't seen any of those changes till now? What makes you believe that the changes will suddenly happen in another 6 months' time?
See what happens now. I am pretty sure the Congress knows what is wrong, but they are reluctant to act on it. Now the whole problem is it's taken 8 years, and it's like a spring. If you put a weight on it, it just remains. But at some point of time, it will just come up when you lift the weight. So I do hope that after 8 years, some realization will dawn on the family that controls the Nehru Gandhi family, controls the Congress, that look here, either if we can't run the Congress and bring it up to expectations of the general public, we might as well quit. I do hope that they will either do that or they will themselves provide a strong alternate leadership. I don't think people would exactly say that, no, we don't want you. But if they come and say that, yes, we have realized this and this is the new direction, that could also work out. That's up to them to work out.
Yeah, Itish, do you feel, do you also share this hopeful scenario for the Congress with Radha Bab?
Dr. is hoping against hope, I feel. No. And he said that the family knows what is happening, but they're reluctant to act. I would want to put it differently. I would say the family knows what is happening and they don't want to read it. And the moment somebody shows to them what is written on the wall, they add you to the group of G23. So it is that sort of a situation. So you just see two elections, parliamentary elections, 2014 and 19, leave aside the prime ministership, they have not been able to qualify themselves for a statutorily guaranteed leader of opposition's post in the parliament. You see, they in Lok Sabha, now they get that Mr. Adhiranjan Chaudhary as the leader, when they have competent people like Manish Tiwari and Shashi Tharoor. Adhiranjan Chaudhary goes to Bengal as the PCC unit president to get 0. Then, when the vacancy is created, when parliament is on, they put Ravneet Singh Bittu to fill in the post. Again, they do not take in Manish Tiwari and Shashi Tharoor. See, what is seemingly very clear now is that they are on some trip. I do not know. See, after Rahul Gandhi has lost Amethi and all, that whole moral high ground has also gone. So, he is now MP from Wayanad. He is not MP from the family pocket borough of Amethi or whatever, Raebareli. Raebareli, his mother is there though. So basically the situation is, Congress is unable to understand and realize that times have changed. People's aspirations have changed, hopes have changed, and people want something pragmatic. Congress wants to just tell the people that you have to accept us the way we are. We will not change. And that is not going to work. And it has not worked. You see what has happened for 2 parliamentary elections. I think the result is a message in itself. And I don't see anything changing there.
Alesh Bab, do you share Radha Bab's hope? Because rarely do I get an opportunity to ask you whether you share the opinions of Radha Bab as far as the Congress party is concerned.
No, I'm happy. I'm happy to hear it coming from Radha.
Yeah.
For the simple reason, as he said, he has not been so often with our party. But the mere fact he's said whatever he has said is because he sees hope that there will be a change, and that he's even said, gone to the extent of saying that I don't mind campaigning for the party if I see changes happening during the next 2024 parliamentary elections. So I don't think he would say this if he does not see hope there, that something will happen. As far as my friend Advocate Yatish is concerned, I have my differences of opinion. First, here is a man who was very much in Congress, who was very active in Congress. For reasons best known to him, he has left the Congress, gone to the TMC, left the TMC, and right now he's neither here nor there. Okay. So he talking about the Congress party that way, I think we have to take with a little pinch of salt there. I know when you left the party, people spoke good of you. You were not in that category where, he is
But
got
Alesh Bab,
or something.
No, but Alesh Bab,
people felt
No,
that with
it
you
is one
leaving
minute. But
us,
Alesh Bab, but the question is,
people felt that with you leaving us,
No.
we had lost a good person.
but Alesh Bab, the point is, there are so many good people, in your own words, leaving the Congress party. We know what happened with as far as the results of the election in Goa are concerned. The point is, why do you think when everybody believed that Congress would do well in these elections, the results came out the way they did? Why do you think so?
Could be various reasons. One could be, you see, at the end of the day, let us not deny that the BJP is a cadre-based party. Congress is not a cadre-based party. As far as we are concerned, we fought an election, we had great hope, but unfortunately, we had new entrants that came into the scenario like AAP, TMC, RG. We fought for the same vote.
Are you squarely blaming the other players?
I'm not blaming the other players. I am willing to go to the extent of saying, as far as Nuve constituency is concerned, I never dreamt for a second that RG would poll so many votes. So I had taken RG for granted. So maybe candidates in other constituencies also felt the same thing. And we were completely, I never dreamt that this would be the outcome of the election. I thought number 2 would be other people.
Where do you think the calculation of Congress party went wrong?
No, the calculations always go wrong in politics. But I think the major factor that went wrong is the Congress seems not to have learnt its lessons in announcing its candidates at the last possible moment. Since the Congress itself was in limbo, they should have gone into election mode at least a year before. and finalized and announced their candidates. Then what did you do in Salsette? There were 3-4 people hanging around as Congress candidates. Last moment you have given ticket to one and kicked out the others, and they have gone and contested as what you call rebels against you. It happened everywhere. It happened in Banauli, it happened in Nuve, it happened in Veli. Now, if the candidates were announced sufficiently in advance, people would be aware who the Congress candidate is, and the others would not be putting so much of time and energies in trying to get Congress ticket and getting voters mobilized. Once you have spent money hoping to get a Congress ticket, you don't want to walk out, man. This is what happened all over.
Yatish, what do you think were the main reasons? In spite of so much of bravado, in spite of so much of talk that the Congress is ahead of the BJP in this election, what happened?
See, I'll reply to you, but first I'll just reply to what our senior leader Alesh Babe said. See, please understand, how many people left Congress in the run-up to elections? Ravi Naik left, Luizin Valero left, Reginald Lawrence left, so many of them left. So, was there any effort by the Congress to even understand why people are leaving? See, people leave a party when? Secondly, another very important thing, he said, I am neither here nor there. It is not that way. I don't regret my decision to leave the Congress at all, because everything was told to Delhi. Everything was told to people who matter. They just want to remain deaf. And this is the result. So having said all that, I don't regret. And I just kept myself aloof. Because I wanted, see, please understand, if I look at it like this, there was simply no wave in favor of Congress. I could not see wave. Listen to my words carefully. I could not see a wave in favor of Congress. There were some in the Congress, in responsible positions, who were saying there is a wave. But when those same people were in Chief Minister's seat, Congress came to 9. Now it came to 11. So that misjudgment and inability to judge is writ large there. And the problem is, you tell their higher-ups, when I was in that party also, when we wanted the party to do well, and as a well-wisher of the party, as a part of the party, when you tell something up, nobody listens. And if you tell something in a different way, they take it that you are a rebel. That is the fate which G23 is facing today. They are also wanting to say something, only that many of them have not walked out of the party.
Okay, Radhaba, very interesting point that Yatish made, that there might have been a sizable anti-incumbency, but there was no pro-incumbency for Congress.
See, the
Before I go to Alesh,
Congress did not exist in half of Goa. So where's the question of incumbency? See, if you take it except the Novas Conquistas areas, Velhas Conquistas, old conquest areas, the Congress has got no seats, man. That is because the Congress has ceased to exist in these areas. They have not even come second. They have practically lost their deposit in every seat in these areas. You just mark out. So Congress does not exist. It has to re-establish itself in an area which it was controlling. So it has failed to do so. Now again, what happens is, as Yatish was saying, you see, in the Congress, the High Command or whatever you call it does not care for what the smaller man says. I can tell you this much. Reginald Lawrence is quite a good friend of mine. He would always bitterly complain that whenever he wanted to meet Rahul Gandhi or whatever of the High Command, he was called to Delhi. He had to pay his own ticket. He had to go there and stay for 8 or 10 days for an appointment. No appointment was made here. If he was gone there, he would be called and told to wait. You look at the BJP, their top leaders, you can walk in and meet them. So the workers feel that the leader has time for himself. The Congress has first and foremost to have a leader who is accessible, who will be available at a drop of a hat. Now, if Rahul Gandhi, for his own security reasons, is unable to do so, it is time for him to say farewell, go where you are secure, and appoint someone who is accessible. This is the way I would look at a party.
Alesh Bab, finally, do you agree that there might have been an anti-incumbency, but there never was pro-incumbency for Congress?
I would, if I was in Reginald's place, I would have sought an appointment and then gone to Delhi. Not gone to Delhi and after reaching Delhi, seek an appointment
What he
with
told
Mr.
me
Rahul
is that
Gandhi.
your appointments were given. When he went there, he was told to wait. That's what he told
No,
me.
I don't think so.
I
I've gone a couple of times to Delhi, having taken an appointment earlier, And I have been able to meet
Are you
Mr.
claiming
Gandhi.
that Rahul Gandhi is very accessible?
I'm not saying that.
Ah.
I'm only saying that I would have, I will, and I have taken appointments first and accordingly planned my visit to the capital to meet Rahul Gandhi. He is supposed to be looking after
And
the
the
whole
third
nation.
point is about the anti-incumbency and the pro-incumbency.
I would agree with Advocate Yatish that we misjudged the scenario. We were very confident that we were going to form the government. Unfortunately, as they say, man proposes, God disposes. Our faith was something else. And yes, to some extent what you're saying may be true. But
Kalesh
we-
Bab, thanks for being that candid, because you are one congressman, I think, who can come on record and say the things the way they are, call spade a spade. So Yatish, Radha Bab, Kalesh Bab, I'm completely out of time. Thanks a lot for joining me on this panel. The question remains whether a generational shift or a shift in leadership at a state level would really bring some fundamental changes. All of you, all three of you, thanks a lot for joining me on this panel. Keep watching. Go ahead.